Hey gang, it's Bryan from FXBilliards. Today I'm going to cover for you 10 strategic mistakes that players make in 8-ball. These are not fundamentals. They have nothing to do with how you hold the cue, how you make a bridge, your stance, or anything like that. These are strategy mistakes that are costing you guys games. So let's get started. Decent break. Mistake number one, not surveying the rack or picking the wrong set of balls. But if you look at this, the straight balls are at one end of the table for the most part, and the solid balls are at the other end. So here's one of the strategies that you can use to help you decide whether or not you want the high straight balls or the low solid balls. Where's the 8-ball? If you have a break like this where the rack has basically been segregated, find the 8-ball. The group of balls that's going to be most beneficial to you are going to be the ones that are close to the 8-ball. Do not just grab the easiest shot. This is the number one low-ranked player mistake, is they want to put a ball in the pocket, and they do it over and over again. So you need to go through your checklist. Who has the most problem situation? Which balls are closest to running out as far as the 8-ball goes? Are there any issues that are going to keep me from running out? But you need to think these things through and do it in a logical manner. Take your time. Don't just take the easiest shot. The easiest shot on the table right now is the 1-ball, but it does not lead to a run out. The next strategic mistake is not paying attention to the rules for the place where you're playing. The rules for 8-ball are not even set in stone on a professional level. If you ever watch a professional 8-ball game, they state the rules at the beginning of the game. Is the 8-ball neutral? Can I shoot off of another player's ball? What happens after the break? Do I have to take the high balls if I make a high ball on the break? What happens if there's a high and a low? All of these things are very important. So, tip number 2, know the rules and leverage those rules because they're very important and they change from place to place. I can go into Philadelphia right now and go on 10th Street and play 8-ball and walk over to a bar on 12th Street and play 8-ball and have totally different rules. I know that in a lot of places around the country that have very strong APA leagues in the area, they will play by APA rules. But if you go into some of these old school bars and taverns where there's not an APA presence, they're probably playing by different rules, and they're probably playing by rules that don't make a lot of sense, such as after a scratch, after a foul, you don't get ball in hand, you get ball in hand in the kitchen. I do understand that a lot of people play, you can't carom off your opponent's ball. This leads to a very long, tedious game for a lot of people because you can literally block up every pocket. Which brings up another point. Look into stalemate rules if you are playing 8-ball in the APA. There are actually rules in place that could lead to a stalemate. You could be down with your opponent on just 1 ball, just the 8-ball, and you have 3 balls on the table, and you could be in a situation where you have a stalemate because neither player will take a shot and they'll just pass the cue ball back to the next player, giving them ball in hand. You are not forced to shoot. And there's situations that come up, we're not going to get into all of them, where just taking a shot could cost you an entire game. Survey the table properly and make sure that the shot you're shooting actually goes. Number 4, stop clearing your balls out of the way, ending with a run out that stalls, and having your opponent with a situation where they can run out. Here's the situation. We're playing 8-ball. We are on the high balls here. We have the stripes. What do? We could bank the 9 in this corner. A lot of you are taking this shot, right? I'm going to bank the 9 here in this corner. Well, let's put it this way. If you're playing me and you bank that 9, you better make it because you're about to lose unless you make it and get on your 14. If you're playing my daughter, you can bank the 9 all day and night because an APA 3, and by the way, she doesn't play the APA, but let's say she does, an APA 3 is not going to run out from here. So, knowing that the APA 3 is not going to run out from here, what do we want to do? We can bank the 9 with the knowledge that if we miss it, we can very easily get back to the table. Or we could just take the 14 off the rail and bait them into trying to run out. Banking this 9 does not necessarily get me on the 14. I have to bank the 9 and I have to do things with the cue ball that put me on the 14. I might just play a safety off of that 14, get it off the rail, and leave it to my opponent to run out. Shane might be out from here. Albin might be out from here with the low balls. Most APA players under the rank of 5 are not going to be out. So what I can do is just take my 14 off the rail, which would look like this, just tap it, and I don't even need to protect these balls. I don't even need to hide them from these balls because they're not getting out from here. Okay, gang, if you are a regular to FX Billiards, you can finish this sentence for me. Take care of your problems, blank. If you said early, then you've been watching my videos. Why are we fixing these problems early? Because it might take you more than one chance to get to the problem and fix it. If you are early in the game of 8-ball, you have a lot of options. I'm going to try to break up that cluster by shooting a carom shot with the 2 into the 4 to play it in the side pocket. It's not as difficult a shot as it sounds when you say it that way, but what if I mess it up? What if I shoot the 2 and it ends up going straight in? Because my target is really the 4-ball to get the carom shot going. If I do that and I miss it, I've still got the 5 to give me a chance to get on that. I still have the 1 to give me a chance to get on that. But if I shoot these easy shots, the 1 here, the 5 there, and then maybe I get on the 2, how am I getting on the 6? And certainly, how am I going to get on these 2? So that's why you constantly hear me say in these videos, take care of your problems early. So identify what is a problem and take care of it early. It doesn't have to be some magical shot. We're going to shoot a carom shot here, but whatever the situation is, fix it early. So this is the shot we want to take. I'm just going to put a little stun on this and play the 2 into the 4 so that it falls in the side pocket. So now I freed up the cluster and I look for other problems that I have to deal with. Not just patterns to run out, but other problems. The 6 blocks the 7, so I know that the 6 is going to go in first. So I'm going to get myself where? On the 6. I'm down here. I have an opportunity to use this 5-ball to get up table, to get on that 6-ball, but I want to have a better angle when I get on that 6. So what I might do here is survey the table, decide that the 1 will get me on the 6 if I play good shape right here. Shoot a stun shot. Now I let this 1 get me down table for the 6-ball. Why the 6 and not the 4? This is my problem. That's why I'm going on the 6. Now I can make the 6-ball and get on the 4-ball. I can make the 4-ball and get on the 7-ball. And guys, the reason this run out works, I'm just going to stun this off here. The reason this run out works is because I solved that problem early. So let's look at our next situation while our opponent wrecks. This is one of my favorite shots. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, you've seen this shot. Let's shoot it, and then we'll set them back up and talk about what happened and what lessons can be learned from this shot. We are going to bank the 1 ball back here into this pocket. We're going to come off of 3 rails and put ourselves on this 3 ball. We're not worried about scratching because their 9 ball is sitting in the pocket there, so we can get ourselves in position on this 3, which should put us on the 8 with no problem at all. So this is high right hand English. We're transferring that English to the 1 ball in reverse. We get ourselves on the 3 ball. You notice we're headed right for that pocket, but we'd rather hold it up because it'll be easier to get on this 8. I'm just going to stun this because I can make the 8 from so many different places. And now we're out. You're not going to make me shoot that 8. The rules that allow you in the APA to make any ball in any pocket should be leveraged. I don't care what your rank is. I know you 6s and 7s, you hate those rules. You don't like to make lucky shots. But if you don't have an opportunity to make a shot, let it fly, okay? This is a controlled shot. Like I said, we have a good chance of making the shot. But if you don't have a controlled shot, let it fly. Say that 1 is not there. Bang the hell out of that 3 ball. It may just come off this rail, hit this 13, and drop in the pocket, and next thing you know, you won. Because what you hate more than making a lucky shot if you're a 6 or 7 is losing. And a lot of people are beating you with lucky shots. So let it go. Don't back off just because you have a little spray and pray situation. But here we have a controlled, makeable shot. I just showed you how makeable it is. So let your creativity open up for you. That's all I have for you today, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit us in the comments. Give us those thumbs ups and turn on that notification bell. You got so much homework to do. Subscribe, comment, thumbs up, notification bell. Okay? All of that takes about 10 seconds to do. Have a great day. See you soon.
Oh, are we on the air?